It's time for Friday night football action. Let's enter the end zone with your host, Bill Shanks.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the End Zone. I'm Bill Shanks from Fox Sports 1670 AM in Macon. While the Yellow Jackets from Thomasville, 5-1 overall and also 3-0 in the region. Northside rated number 1 in Quad A, while Thomas County Central rated 7th. The winner of this game would really be in position to win this region. Down to McConnell-Talbert Stadium for the highlights. Here we go for some of the action of this game. And here come the Eagles, and here come the highlights now. First quarter, north side with the ball. Briar Van Brunt hands it off to Chris Vickers, who was taken down by Franklin and Hollis for a 5-yard loss. Good D by the Yellow Jackets. Then Van Brunt goes up the middle and grabs about 9 yards for a small gain. And he's running the ball now. Van Brunt again hands off to Shaquille O'Neal, who's going to take off and do what he does best, get about 40 yards just shy of the goal to the 3-yard line. And then again, O'Neal will get the TD coming up right there for 6 points for Northside. The PAT would be good, and there's plenty of dancing going on there. Second quarter now, Northside with the ball. Briar Van Brunt again up the middle, takes a whole team of Yellow Jackets to finally take him down. Then Van Brunt again hands the ball off to O'Neal. Watch this run up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and they're only going to be able to hold him, not bring him down. They can't bring him down. Van Brunt again, handoff again, O'Neal, left side. Here he comes, tripped up there for a pretty good run there for about 10 yards. Then here he is, Van Brunt, back to pass, finds Aheem right in the end zone for the touchdown, and that's 14-0 after the PAT was good, and that was it. Eagles hold on to win 34-14. They are now 7-0 on the region and in control in Region 1, Quad A. To FPD we go. Southwest Atlanta Christian in Macon to play the Vikings. Here we go for some good highlights here. Southwest Atlanta Christian now starts it off on the FPD 22, and they go back and will fumble the ball. The Vikings will get it and recover and have to get the ball and drive down the field. And here is our 5-star drive of the week. Vikings with the penalty would give them good field position. Ben Dubose up the middle for 9 yards. Then Dubose again will get it. He's going to go left side for about a pickup of 16 down the Southwest 11-yard line. From the 11 now, Clay Martin, the quarterback, up the middle. Hey, here he is. Almost faked me out, but he didn't. Touchdown, Vikings on top. The PAT would be no good, so it was 6-0. FPD on top, and that was our 5-star drive of the week. All right, how about some defense? How about Wesley Gilbert? Watch number 3 here. This is Kay's son. And watch that play. Pretty good defense right there by Gilbert. He likes playing defense. Second quarter now, Vikings with the ball on their own 35. Clay Martin likes to keep that ball, likes to run it. Here he goes. And he gets about 14 yards to near midfield. Same drive, lower angle from the 12. Martin again will get it up the middle and touchdown, Vikings. The PAT would make it 13-0 as FPD up comfortably there in the second quarter. Vikings get it back now on the 22. Martin back to pass, looking, and he's going to hit Wesley Gilbert, Ronnie's boy, on the 10 right there. A couple plays later, Martin hands off to Matthew Davis. Here he goes up the middle. How about that little run? Nice play for the touchdown. The PAT would be no good. It's 19-0. Vikings out on top. More FPD now, more defense. Warriors back with the pass, but it is picked off by Robert Thompson, so the Vikings would once again get it back. They are in complete control here. FPD on the 21-yard line. Martin is going to get it, the pitch out to Davis, down to the 3-yard line here for the Vikings. Nice play there, and then Martin again will keep it, and he'll score one more time for another touchdown. Vikings would win this game easily. They're up easily at halftime. They're going to win 33-8. FPD now 4-4 in the season, 3-2 in Region 5A South. They are at Landmark Christian next week. Up next, we move to Region 2 in AAA. We'll have 2 games in Macon and the game of the week up in Forsyth. More of the End Zone right after this. Back on the show, and let's get to perhaps one of the best regions in the state of Georgia, Region 2 in AAA. We start with the Baldwin Braves in Macon tonight to play the Howard Huskies. The Braves rated 5th in AAA in this week's poll. And as always, the defense for Baldwin has been outstanding. They had only allowed 35 points per game, or overall rather, in the first 6 games of the season. Howard only 1-5 on the year, but they got their first win of the year last week over Veterans. To Henderson Stadium we go for the highlights of this game, where always a pretty decent crowd following the Braves. We start in the third quarter of play now. Baldwin Howard with the ball. Quarterback C.J. Tyler goes deep, and he's going to be picked off by Baldwin. Corey French with a nice interception there for the Braves. Baldwin now with the ball. DeAndre Thomas will hit Kavaski Robinson on the slant, but he fumbles and recovers his own fumble. Now Thomas showing off his running ability. Watch this. Not much there, but he turns and runs to the left and gets up about 10 yards. Baldwin moving. Thomas will hit Tremaine Dixon on a screen, and he makes a big play. 38 yards there for the first down for the Braves. Braves threatening to score here. Thomas rolls left, finds Chris Seeley for a nice gain down to the 5-yard line for the Braves. Altaviz Harris now, the fine running back for Baldwin, will finish the deal. He gets in there for the score with a touchdown, and Baldwin continuing to just roll along here. That makes it 34-0, Baldwin out on top. Howard with the ball again. The quarterback Tyler will roll to his right, and he's slung to the ground by Frenchie. He will fumble, and Baldwin will scoop it up and score, but the penalty will bring it back for the Braves. And on to the fourth quarter now, Baldwin threatening to score again. The running back Floyd Canny will take the ball up the middle and score for the Braves. Another touchdown. That made it 43-0. All Braves here tonight as they win. They are now 7-0 on the year. 43-6 is the final tonight at Henderson Stadium. Let's go out past the bypass to Ed DeForest Stadium. Westside hosted Veterans tonight. Here we go for some of the action of this game. We start off with the first quarter. Veterans will be forced to punt. Westside's Brandon Randall will catch it and get to the 40-yard line and go all the way down to the 3-yard line here. Nice return there by Randall. That will set up Terrell Johnson for the third touchdown run up the middle, 3-yard touchdown run up the middle to make it 7-0 as the Seminoles grab the lead there at Ed DeForest Sports Complex. The second quarter we go, West Side with the ball. Daniel Duhart, the fine quarterback, going to keep it and go a long way. How about 75 yards for the long touchdown? This kid can really play. He is having a very fine year for West Side once again, and that would make it a 14-0 game after the PAT. West Side's crowd cheering him on, doing the tomahawk chop. Glad somebody can still do it. Later in the second quarter, West Side with the ball. Duhart, Rick Merritt, touchdown, 45 yards for the score. After the missed extra point, it was 20-0, and that made a comfortable lead there. Now West Side again, Duhart up the middle for another score, 15 yards. That would make it 27-0. The Seminoles on top, and that was about all. Veterans now with the ball, and check out the misdirection by Devontae Mitchell, 43-yard run. Nice play there for Veterans for a first down for West Side. And then their quarterback, Dylan Pierce, on the keeper. He will get his helmet almost ripped off there. 4th and 1 now for Veterans. Run up the middle is stuff. West Side's defense is too tough, and they were tough all night long. 34-0 is the final here. Seminoles are now 5-2. They host West Lawrence next week. The Veterans team now 1-6. They will host Baldwin next week and the next week of the season. All right, when we come back, our game of the week, Peach County at Mary Persons. Stay with us. We're back with more. All right, girls, thank you. We're back on the End Zone. I'm Bill Shanks. We stay in Region 2 AAA for our game of the week now. The Peach County Trojans are the best team in AAA, and they have been playing you, and the way they've been playing, if you wonder if anyone in the region can really slow them down. Chad Campbell's boys are athletic, talented, and have just been dominant so far. The Bulldogs from Forsyth have some good weapons, but would they be able to be a test for the Trojans? Mary Persons head coach Rodney Walker used to coach Peach County, so you know this was a big game for one of the best coaches in our area. Here we go, up to Monroe County. For the highlights of this game, our game of the week, always a big crowd there for the Bulldogs. And we start here with some action. Peach County, Brett Montgomery, the first possession for the Trojans there. Renard Williams will fumble the ball, and Tyon Avery will recover for Mary Persons. Big break there for the Bulldogs early on in this game, and that crowd always shows up great for Mary Persons. Mary Persons down with the ball, but could not get a first down. Peach's defense just so tough, playing tough right there. They would have to punt the ball away. And then Peach County again, Brett Montgomery drops back, passes. Isaiah Miller, he's going to get it, and he's going to go in all the way untouched. No one was nearing. 31 yards, 7-0, and Peach County out on top. Mary Persons now, Taylor Williams under pressure all night long. He's going to fumble, get it back, but he could do nothing there. And the Trojans pushing them back. Peach County gets the ball back and will score right here. Brett Montgomery hands off to Darian Howard. That makes it 14-0 after the PAT, still in the first quarter play. But Mary Persons bounced back and really made this kind of scary for Peach County in the second quarter. Here you go. How about Taylor Williams to Devontae Pinion. How about a 75-yard touchdown to make it 14-7 after the PAT? And the Peach County crowd kind of stunned there for a while, rightfully so. Then Peach County, Brett Montgomery drops back to pass. Mary Persons will get the interception here. Tyon Avery is going to return it for a touchdown, and that would make it a 14-13 game. The PAT would be no good here, though, and that would make it 14-13. But Peach would bounce back with a strong second half of play and win this ball game by the score of 41-20. They are now 6-0 in the year. They will host Perry next week in a big game. Mary Persons now 4-3, and they play at Central next Friday here in Macon. Up next, more scores from around the state of Georgia right after this. Every weekday afternoon from 3 until 6, it's the Bill Shanks Show on Fox Sports 1670 AM. You can also listen online at www.fox.foxsports1670.com. We talk sports, take your phone calls. We are also the home of the Dan Patrick Show. Jim Rollman, tomorrow at 4, it's the Saturday Scoreboard with Bobby Pope. Let's check on some more scores now. Here's Dustin Wilson with more. Dustin?
Yeah, Bill, we've got a lot of scores to get to, so let's go ahead and just get right to them. We're going to start with the Perry Panthers 36, Rutland 7. Perry is now 5-2. They lost to Baldwin last week, 24-10. The Houston County Bears 14, the Bainbridge Bearcats 7. Houston County now 5-2. They lost to Thomas Central 49-6 last week. Northside from Columbus, Georgia 22, Warner Robins 14, and Jones County 24. Woodland 21. Jones County now 5-3. They defeated Alcovite 17-16 last week. The Washington County Golden Hawks 48. Glen Hills 8. Washington County defeated Butler out of Augusta last week 42-14. The Laney Wildcats 39. Bleckley County Royals 24. Laney is now 5-3. They lost to Dublin last week 27-18. The Dodge County Indians got their first win of the year against East Lawrence 47-21. Again, that's the first win of the year for Dodge County. Congrats, guys. The Swainsboro Tigers and the Dublin Fighting Irish had a defensive battle tonight. Swainsboro came away with the victory 7-3, and that is the first loss for the Dublin Fighting Irish. Both teams came in undefeated. Lamar County Trojans 29, Southwest Patriots 12. Southwest beat Monticello last week 16-0. Hawkinsville Red Devils 34, Macon County 15. Hawkinsville beat Chattahoochee County last week 28-7. The Mount DeSales Cavaliers, they are still on a roll, defeated Dominion Christian 49-21. Mount DeSales is now 7-0. They beat Mount Vernon Presbyterian last week 51-14. Running back Chris Swain had 14 carries, 165 yards, and 3 TDs. The Stratford Eagles 27, Mount Vernon Presbyterian 24. Stratford now 6-1, beat Griffin Christian last week 49-12. Mount DeSales really putting up a lot of offense, and I know a lot of people are getting excited about the Peach County Baldwin game that's coming up in a few weeks, Bill.
Well, they are. It should be a very good matchup there for Region 2 AAA. We'll see how they can do. A couple of other notes for you. First of all, on Stratford and Mount DeSales, both of those teams are playing very good football, and they meet next week. That'll be a very good game for us next week as Stratford will take on Mount DeSales. More notes from tonight now. Once again, to recap all of our scores for tonight, the games we covered. Northside wins again. They are now 7-0. They beat Thomas County Central easily by 20 points to really take control of Region 1 Quad A. FPD easily over Southwest Atlanta Christian 33-8. Baldwin again rolls 43-6 over Howard tonight. Westside again 34-0 over Veterans. So those two teams continue to play well in Region 2 AAA. And our game of the week again, it was pretty tight there for a while, but Peach County won easily 41-20 over Mary Persons. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for being with us. We're back next week with more scores and highlights. For now, I'm Bill Shanks. For all of us at 41 NBC, good night.